they are?
Well, it's just Sean and I, and he's just doing the, so we'll just let them sit there, and I'll hang it back here until.
I can just hold them over this month. It's probably a little easier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem, and I can sit on either side, and Sean's gonna be up there, he says.
When the sun's over.
So people can now see.
Yes, they can.
It's just instrumental.
Lights down, just so they don't get a glare on their screen.
No problem, no, you're still okay.
You're getting a better
Hello? Glad to see everybody today. Welcome to Rob's Celebration of Life. Unfortunately, this will not be a traditional service as we are limited by the COVID. But we are grateful that so many people have chosen to share this moment with us, both here and virtually. It would also not be a traditional wedding or funeral. Sorry. Rob is not a very religious person, so Sam and Lindsay has chosen not to have a non-religious ceremony. And instead we'll be celebrating his father's life through happy memories, laughter, love, music, and video. We hope that although this is a sad day, there will be some laughter as well as we remember all the joy that Rob brought to our lives. I would like to now ask both Sam and Lindsay to come up and share their memories of their dad.
Okay, so there are so many things I want to say about my dad, and I only have so much time to say what needs to be said. My dad was the first man I ever loved. When he met my mom, and it was the first time they ever hung out. Stupid eyes. They ever hung out. He jumped into the car and he smiled at me, and he talked to me and made me laugh and happy. And I only ever cried at men before that. So in a way, I chose him to be my dad. The first time I called him dad, and he went running to my mom asking, "Is she allowed to call me that?" And he was so happy. That is how I felt. He adopted me and I became his daughter for real the day I became a Ranson. Growing up, he was always there for me in so many ways. As a kid, anytime we were sick, he was right on it. From the chicken noodle soup to wet cloths on our heads, he never left our side the whole time. He was the fun dad, the cool dad, the handsome dad, the asshole dad, the silly dad, and everyone always wanted to come see my dad. He took us fishing so many times. He would wake us up at the crack of dawn to go, and if we didn't get up, we didn't go. I remember Lindsay and I getting mad at him one day when he got home from going fishing and he didn't bring us. And to his defense, we slept like logs and didn't hear him waking us up, but we were still mad. The camping trips, the long drives without music, watching the Leafs and the Bears games, the making us each a different meal because we didn't like anything the same way, but my dad would spoil us and make it for us anyways. He loved his family so much. He loved his grandkids more than anything and would do anything for them. He was always right there when they needed him. From bike rides to bath time, he was right there. The boys were always helping Papa work around the yard or cooking in the kitchen. Oakland will miss out on all the years with having Papa around. I remember when we found out we were having a girl, and Dad was so happy because he said, "A little princess to spoil," and he clapped his hands and smiled and put his head up. I don't think I will ever truly understand why this had to happen, and the fact that he's gone forever. But I love you, Dad, with all my heart. And I'm happy you're finally not in any pain. And I can only hope you found some sort of peace. I know you're not up there, or no, you are. Sorry, my eyes, I can't see. I know you are up there watching all of us, and I can hear you telling me, "It's okay, sweetie. I'm okay, and don't worry about me. I'm supposed to worry about you." I probably should look for So, have fun with that. So that part is, that's the kids' ones.
Take your time, Lynn.
Okay, your turn. Oh, Jesus Christ.
A eulogy consists of words. That makes it challenging, considering our dad could never be summed up in words. He was the obvious, the best father, brother, papa, and friend. He was inappropriate, sometimes rude, and mostly offensive. But before all of that, he was loving, he was kind, and he was generous. Growing up, we had the lost, the lonely, and the outcast taken in as roommates. Our dad would give the shirt off his back and a cold beer to anyone who needed a family. Growing up, our dad was more than our hero, but our entire existence. Every bruise, cut, or scrape, every bad day or sore tummy, our dad would wake up in his tidy whities to make us warm milk, a hot water bottle, or give us a big hug. He taught us the answer to, hey, what are you doing, was never nothing, or you had to go get him a beer. He taught us not to take life so seriously and to always, always be yourself. Sam has gone on to create his grandbabies, which I can tell you he loved just as much, if not more than us. I mean, we were second on the damn list of things that make him happy. I wish they had more time with him. I wish we all did, but our dad was sick. He suffered a lifetime of hardships. He ran from demons his entire life and found solace in his family. We are happy that we were able to give him peace and purpose for the last 30-odd years. I will always remember his smile, his big hugs, and his wet whisper kisses on my cheek. What an honor it is to be his daughter. I love you, Daddy, and I'll be missing you always. Here, let's...
I would like you to now watch a video of Rob's life with his girls.
I can see why that was me.
Wow.
Right? Real fun. I love you guys.
Oh my god. No.
I would now like to ask April to come up and speak on behalf of one of Rob's grandsons.
You don't have to say everything I don't want to.
Oops. Sorry, boobs. So the first one I'm going to read is from Uncle Rob's second grandchild, Lincoln. Oh, you don't want to read it?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to change that. From his oldest grandchild, Colton, who was going to read it himself, but has asked me to read it. Colton is 10. And it says, "Dear Papa, I wish you were still here with us. I still think about all the memories with you. I love you so much. You will always be in my kitchen. You were always my bud since I was born. Love, Colton." The second one is from his grandson, Lincoln, who is 9. "Dear Papa, I wish you were still here. I love you forever and always. I miss you." And it has a big heart on it. And the last one is from Adrian, who's 5, not Aiden, Adrian, who's 5. "I love you, Papa. Why are you sleeping? Can you be with us? Adrian." And although Oakland is still a baby and too young to say anything, according to Sam, she did learn to say Papa this week. So I think that's her letter to Papa. And now the boys are going to put their letters in with Papa. Colton's going to do it for everybody. You're the star, bud. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, chocolate. Yeah, perfect. Good job, bud.
Now we will watch a video with Rob and his grandchildren.
Oh god.
Look at him move! Yay! Make the best! Hold on, little girl. Show me what he's done to you. Stand up, little girl. Broken heart can't be that bad when it's through. Make the twist of both of you. Come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one It on a line up, waiting on a line. Just to be the next to be with you. Build up your confidence so you can be on top for once. Wake up, who cares about little boy that talk too much? I seen it all go down. The game of love was already there. Come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to who wants to work with you. Deep inside, I hope you're feeling too. It on the line, bring it on the line. Yeah, just to be the next to be with you. Why be alone? We can be together, baby. You can make my life worthwhile. I can make you start to smile. When it's through. Think between the both of you. Come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. I'm the one inside. I hope you feel it too. Get on the line, we on the line. Just to be the next to be with you. You are the one. Deep inside, I hope you're feeling too. Get on the line, get on the line. Yeah, just to be the next to be with you. Just to be the next
Before we continue, I'd just like to say a few words. People always ask me who my best friend was. And I always used to say, I don't have one. And they said, well, you have to have one. Everybody's got one. I said, no, because if you tell one person they're your best friend, then everybody else is going to stop trying. But of course, as most people would know, Rob has been my best friend. We grew up together. And even though we had a span of about 20 years where we didn't see each other, I never stopped loving him. And I'm just so glad we had the last 8 months to get back together and close again. And now, so I can be a blubbering idiot, I'm going to call my sister to come up and express a few words from family and friends.
So that's not fair, because he wasn't supposed to say anything, and I had it together. And now I don't. Sorry.
I was up in
Before I begin the words of remembrance, Sam and Lindsay has asked that I acknowledge a few people who have helped them honor their dad today with this wonderful service. First and foremost, they'd like to thank Nicole from Mundell's for her exceptional service and her compassion and understanding. We could not have done any of this without your knowledge and your guidance. And we know these are unusual, difficult circumstances, so thank you. We appreciate everything. They also would like to thank my sister Robin for making all the videos you see today at today's service. She's done a beautiful job honoring Uncle Rob with all the videos she made in a very short amount of time. Finally, they would like to thank our cousins Jody and Paul in Nova Scotia for being our lifeline to the East Coast. Managing all that you have for the girls has made their ability to deal with the things here in Ontario so much easier. Thank you for all that you have done. We cannot express in words how grateful we are, and we love you very much. These are the words of Uncle Rob's sister Mary. Our time with Robert is different than most siblings have. The dear boy was born after I left home, and he is 7 months older than our middle child. We lived in Ottawa for 20 years, and I made frequent trips to Aurelia when Linda was going through some treatments. I always called Robert a few times, and we got together in his home, in the supermarket, and always by phone. Sam was in school, and Lindsay was always with him. One thing Robert knew for sure was that I loved him. He lived with us for a year when he was a teenager, and he had a wonderful year with us. Doug, Chris, or Renee always hung out with our girls. His main job was to attend school. He did work part-time, however, at the peat bog. He so much enjoyed being able to drive the tractor there. Doug and Chris also worked at the bog with him. We taught him a few things: how to make toast, cook an egg, and other culinary delights. He and Kirk put up a new ceiling in our living room. He was amazed that when they put up the sheet of gyprock, it came to the middle of the strapping, leaving room for the next piece of gyprock. That was a good year for Robert and us, except for my blue Corningware teapot. It used to sit on the top of the back of the stove. I think it got broke when everyone was having a party and Kirk and I were out. Robert eventually confessed that he did it. I was so happy he came home in November. Hugs and cheek kisses became the norm. He seemed pleased with his new apartment, a beautiful brick building in the heart of Kentville. Kirk researched the building and printed pictures for him. My thoughts are filled with Robert. My heart is cracked and will be forever. My Lord has Robert now, no pain, but a huge smile on his face. I wish to extend love, peace, and comfort to Samantha, Lindsay, and their families, and add this benediction to end with. The Lord bless us and keep us. The Lord make his face shine upon us and be gracious unto us. The Lord lift up his countenance upon us and give us peace. Amen. These are the words of Uncle Rob's sister Clara and her husband Kevin. On behalf of Robert's family in Nova Scotia, please know that our hearts are broken and a void remains that will never be filled. Our love, thoughts, and prayers go out to Sam, Lindsay, and his precious grandchildren. We know how close the girls were to their dad and how close his grandchildren were to Papa. We realize how much each loved him and how much he loved you all. All of our lives will be forever changed, never to be the same again. However, I truly hope that our love and our memories of Robert will comfort us in the coming days and years. Much love to all, Auntie Clara and Uncle Kevin. These are the words of Uncle Rob's niece, Leona. It has been a long time since I've given you a hug, since I've seen your smile. But when I close my eyes, I see your beautiful face, and I'm thankful you're at peace. When I hear any big hair band music, I see you rocking it out, and I smile. To Sam and Lindsay, you had the best of all of them as your dad. Remember the good times, share those freely and openly, and most importantly, share the love he showed you and gave you, because you were his everything. I can't believe I have to say goodbye before even saying hello. Love you, Uncle Bobby, till we see each other again. These are the words of Uncle Rob's niece, Robin. She would like to start out with lyrics from a song, Leave Out All the Rest by Linkin Park. After my dreaming, I woke with this fear. What am I leaving when I'm done here? So if you're asking me, I want you to know, when my time comes, forget the wrong that I've done. Help me leave behind some reasons to be missed. And don't resent me, and when you're feeling empty, keep me in your memory. Uncle Rob, my heart is broken, and it aches for your voice, hugs and forehead kisses. How do I say goodbye when we just said hello? I don't know how to do this. How do I explain my weird, quirky, and sometimes inappropriate loud self to others without you here as my example of where I came from? The apple definitely didn't fall far from the uncle tree. If my heartache is made of your relief and gives you peace, I'll carry it with me forever. Fly high, Uncle Rob. Be free of your pain, faults, and guilt. Soar above us all with love, light, and laughter. Help bring us sunshine on our gloomy days. I'll love you for always, and the rest don't matter. Okay, and these are my words, but now I'm all screwed up, so just give me a second. Okay. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "It's not the length of life, but the depth of life. And boy, did Uncle Rob pack a lot into his 52 years. To steal a line from Lindsay, he was either lighting up a room or getting kicked out of it. He was loud and stubborn, sometimes obnoxious, and never wrong. He had a smile that was more of a smirk and a twinkle in his eye that could get him out of any situation. He was charming, handsome, flirtatious, and funny, and he was willing to do almost anything if he thought it would make you smile or laugh. He was my protector and hero, along with my brother Sean when I was little. We were all so close in age, we were always together. Usually the two boys on some adventure and me tagging along just to annoy them. I was the pest and the pain in the butt that they couldn't shake, but woe to anyone who decided to pick on me, and my two heroes would come running to save the day. I can't remember a time in my life when I didn't love him with all my heart.
Oh, scared me.
Sorry.
That's Rob's coming.
We moved to Ontario when I was 8, and we grew apart. Distance and time worked against our treasured friendship, and as we grew up into teenagers and young adults, we barely knew each other anymore. But when he came to live with us in Ontario in his early 20s, my hero was back. Tall and lean with that gorgeous head of long feathered hair, my little protector had become a rock star. Most of my friends fell instantly in love with him, and I was no longer sure if they came to the house to see me or to spend time with Uncle Rob. Eventually, he married and had 2 beautiful girls whom I love with all my heart. He asked me to be their nanny for a time, and I remember thinking how honored I was that he trusted me with the 2 most important people in his life. I had a wonderful couple of years living with them, watching the girls grow and develop, and he never missed a chance to let me know how much he appreciated me and was so grateful that I was there for his girls. Unfortunately, fate was to intervene again, and a very large span of time passed without us seeing each other on a regular basis. I would see him around town, and there was always a big hug and a kiss on the forehead, but not the regular interactions that were once part of daily life. In August of this past year, he came to stay with Jason and I. We were so very grateful that he trusted enough to come and make our home his refuge. He blended into our household as if he had always been there. He cooked dinner for us almost every night, and I'm sure he was dismayed at my own cooking abilities. He had a glass of wine chilled and waiting for me when he knew I had a long or bad day at work. He would meet me at the door, give me my glass of wine, and say, "Dinner's in an hour, go get your tub." He knew my tubbies were my zen. He and Jay spent many evenings in the backyard under the gazebo or around the campfire, talking long into the night about everything or nothing. They were brothers by the time he left our house. And when he was gone, Jay felt the loss deeply. I can't look at any room in our house that doesn't contain a memory of him. Cooking in our kitchen, in our living room, watching the Food Network and telling us about the next great meal he was going to make, or how to perfectly sear and season meat.
He always does that.
Yeah. He and I sitting at our dining room table, drinking wine and having long conversations or arguments about life, family, government, whatever the issue of the day was. The hallway where whenever we passed at the same time, he would give me the biggest hug and a kiss on the forehead. When I would ask what that was for, he would just say, "I just love you so much." Even our backyard's not safe. I can see him around the campfire, sitting under the gazebo, fixing the stone in front of my shed, replacing the back window of my house. Uncle Rob, your memory is everywhere, and I'm so grateful we had these last few months to reconnect. I've never felt closer to you than during that time, and I will keep those memories close to my heart forever. I want you to know that Jay and I and the rest of the family will be here for Sam and Lindsay and their families for whatever they need. They will not be alone. They will continue to be loved and cared for and supported. Not as you would, of course. There's only one you. But we will do our best to help guide them when asked through whatever the future holds for them. There will always be a seat for you around the campfire and a can of Bush in the cooler waiting for you to grab it. Jason and I will love and miss you forever. I can't imagine a time when the pain in our hearts will lessen. Thank you for being my uncle. Thank you for being my protector. And thank you for being my confidant. Thank you for being my truest friend. Rest in peace, Uncle Rob, until we meet again. You're forever in my heart. Sorry for crying through all of that. Now we're just gonna watch video of Uncle Rob and some of the moments of his life. Sorry.
Stupid. Give me your body, give me your time. Show me where love is, what will I find? Will I find? Maybe you can find a balance. Show me where love is, what will I find? Will I
At this moment, I would like to ask Sam husband, Chris, to come up and read a poem that Sam and Lindsay have selected.
A limb has fallen from our family tree. I keep hearing a voice that says, "Grieve not for me. Remember the best times, the laughter, the song, the good life I lived while I was strong. Continue my heritage. I'm counting on you. Keep smiling, and surely the sun will shine through. My mind is at ease. My soul is at rest. Remembering all, how I truly was blessed. Continue traditions, no matter how small. Go on with your life. Don't worry about falls. I miss you all dearly. So keep up your chin until the day comes when we're together again." Rest in peace, brother.
First off, I want to apologize to Chris for not moving the microphone up. I'm just not used to having family members over 5'5". All right, so that will conclude our service. I would like to once again thank everyone for sharing this time with us today. Sorry about my voice. The girls have one more short video that they want to share with you. They feel it shows everything that was Rob, his smile, his sense of humor, how he could bring laughter to any situation. Let us continue to move through life, remembering the good times we shared with him and the love and laughter he gave us all.
It's for nothing. Now we're recording again. Okay, look, guys. These are oven mitts. And I know it seems like the oven mitt is talking like me, because it is. Look how small they are.
I'm the smallest oven mitt ever. I need a partner. Your father wants you to buy me. Get me a pair, please. Mom. Mom. I'm small. I'm sleek.
And I'm lovable.
And I am absolutely adorable. Please.
I think your father needs a pair of these.
October 4th.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, now the song. The song we will never listen to again.
Oh.
Whenever you listen to it again. Yeah, that's right.
To the song. I love you, Dad.
All the crackheads, the critics, the cynics, everybody was in the method.
words, but I don't because I think so much. But I can write
Sammy, he did that at Daddy's funeral. Daddy was laying back and he broke out the spoon.
the spoon, I remember.
Yeah,
Did anyone want to say anything else, sorry, before we go off live or give a wave or anything like that?
You guys just want.
And if you want to give a wave, then just go.
Thank you for watching, for
Yeah.
being there with us and Dad.
Wanna walk me up, if somebody wanna walk me up? Well, you wanna say goodbye?
Well, she's just saying for the live stream.
Just for the live stream.
Anyone want to say anything?
Well, I thought you had to be like that.
If you want to go on the live stream, yes.
Oh, you do have to be like
You
that.
want to wave to somebody or something?
It's okay, well, Clara and them are home.
Alex, the cigarette broke.
Who's about it? No.
No, I didn't you others you want to go.
I told him
I thought you were saying you
it
wanted to say
broke and
goodbye to him.
I was like, Dad would be like, well, I'm not even good enough for a full cigarette. So Alex, it broke.
Oh God, I can't.
You okay? I can visit with my, you come by and visit with one of my nephews. Visit, I can barely stand you. Every day, you know, little winky.